holding space. We're still here for anybody that wants to tell their story.
Whenever I introduce myself, I always say I am Dr. Juko Holiday. And I introduce myself that way not just because I'm proud of the work that I did to earn a doctorate in psychology, but because I know it changes the way that you conceive of me and see me. It's a preemptive warning to let you know who I am, that I'm smart, that I'm intelligent, and to treat me with respect. I had to rebrand myself after feeling really disrespected in this community. First I was just Juko, and now when I introduce myself, I still say Dr. Juko. Because it takes that much to be seen as equal. It takes that much to be given the same amount of respect. I'm a Black business owner. Did you hear my voice crack? It gets even deeper. I'm a Black business owner in Ben Lomond, California. And my business is between two other places, Felton and Boulder Creek. And for years and years and years, there was a business in Felton that had a Confederate flag proudly displayed in its window. And in Boulder Creek, there was a house that for years and years and years had a Confederate flag in the yard. And the first time I saw those flags, I didn't get mad because I grew up in Southern Ohio, which we refer to as Otucky. So I knew what that flag meant. I knew that that flag meant that I wasn't safe, that I had to be careful, and that I had to watch my back. There was a list going around of Black business owners, and I actually asked somebody to take my name off of it because I don't want to break through my window. Because I actually have in my head a plan of how I would respond if I walked up to open the door to the studio and I saw the word nigger written across the window or the door. And if you think that can't happen, a couple of months ago, somebody wrote that very same word on the back of a bus stop, not 50 seconds from the front door of my business. I was running a training today, and some of the people who were in it knew that I made the decision that I can't let the fear that I feel in my body and the trauma from my mother and my grandmother and her grandmother and her grandmother keep me hidden, keep me inside. Some of my students and trainees are here, I think. And I'm so accustomed to taking care of, and my work as a therapist, making space for everybody else to feel okay. But I just want to be really, really honest and let you know that I am not okay. I am not okay. I feel vulnerable, I feel afraid. I don't understand how those flags could stay in place for that long in a community that purported to be welcoming to people like me. I just didn't get it, and I still don't. There are people in my community up in the mountains who conflate the tragedy of a sheriff who was shot with standing up for Black lives, and that we shouldn't do that out of respect for the loss of his life, which was tragic and sad. So when I feel vulnerable and afraid, the only thing that I know how to do is to breathe. And so what I'd like to invite us to do is to feel both of our feet on the ground, to feel your spine. And if it feels okay, you can close your eyes or you can keep them open. And to think of a time when you witnessed great kindness and great love. And if you have a hard time thinking of an instance, you can use this gathering as an example of expression of great kindness and love. And I would like us to breathe on behalf of those who cannot, whose breath has been cut off, ended, or for those who are so mired in grief that they cannot find their breath because of the constriction in their chest. And I need to ask you a favor. If you could breathe on behalf of the grief in my body, that instead of me always holding space for you, if you could breathe in my pain, my fear, and that if you could breathe out love, kindness, humility, if you could breathe in that knot that I feel in my stomach when I walk up the stairs to open the door to my business, and if you could breathe out a hope that that constriction can release. And so let's take one more breath in and another breath out. I want to thank you so much for making me feel like I could take a stand. Thank you.